Right then. So as you can see, I have a file here that has rank B and 0%. So we unlocked expert mode. Uh, let's see. The time was less too. Yeah, it was pretty aggressive. I mean, I was going after stuff and not really caring about damage because I wanted to get the score. Well, not just the score for the time down, but, also take care of enemies. Like, since the longer you take, the further missiles and enemies and the more Andros forces will be prepared to continue their assault closer to Conaria. So I was just being completely reckless, and in a way it did make the game easier because there was a lot less pressure from the strategic side of the game, even though there was kind of more pressure because I had less health as a result. But anyway, I didn't mean to do that. But I keep thinking the B button should be going away, but it isn't. So anyway, there's a pretty substantial difference between these two scores, just like there was a substantial between these two. Not as big, but, 300, whatever that is, that's 10, 100,000, 10,000, so 30-some thousand, 31. Alright, but let's go. Oops. Oh, good. To expert mode. I wonder if the cutscene will be any different. I doubt it, but let's just watch it all anyway. Look at that dithering. Especially at the bottom of the screen. Well, that was fast. Alright, the setup seems similar. Planets are farther away. Of course, I don't think that that's necessarily something that happens. It's more likely just because it's a harder setting. Looks like the setup for the enemy battleships. Oh, Suplo's a kiss. I wasn't expecting that. She didn't seem like the flirtatious sort. Anyway, the enemy ships seem to be in the same location that they always were. I think. So, I tried out Falco in the last one, and it's Slippy instead of Peppy, so, basically the same thing gameplay-wise, but dialogue's a little different. I actually kind of think I evolved my perspective a little. So it seemed more like I was being more aggressive with Falco, but actually able to take that into the end game, unlike with the, really high attack but low HP. So it's more like the high defense character took the backstage, but for a longer amount of time. Like, only when it's absolutely necessary would I slip to Peppy, which is kind of what was the original plan, except at some point I have such low confidence that I'll survive with the high damaging character that I end up just upgrading Peppy, or, Slippy as the case may be, if that is who I have to be using at the time. But in this case, it was more like, give the upgrades to Fox, or Falco at the time, and it's pretty much fine. Like, they're not going to be as surviving as Peppy, but as long as you aren't being dumb, then it's good overall. So that moderation is kind of fine, just because they aren't high power. If you don't end up using the high power character by the end of the game because you're worried about them dying, then that becomes kind of a moot point. Now, maybe if you're not worried, maybe if you're so good at the game that you can, man, this is already harder. I'm gonna have to concentrate a bit. I hope that's hitting. I think it is. Okay, good. I don't remember quite what I was saying, but basically... Oh, yeah. So if you get really good at the game, then I suppose in that case, you could use the high-risk, high-reward character, and maybe even give them the upgrade so that they're, outputting so much damage that you don't even worry about defense because you're killing things before they can even touch you. I'm not sure if that's something that would actually happen, but, okay, so I think I could probably take on the carrier before the time, and kind of let that enemy get closer to us so we don't have to go out of our way to get to him. One target. Especially since, we should be able to take out a couple enemies here and restore some health. Probably. Ah, there's the health. And now if this was Star Fox 1, you'd basically never pick those health packets up. You'd run right into them, but you still wouldn't even pick them up. But I guess what makes me think of that is that the health packs do appear really far away, farther than you'd think that they should, like in Star Fox 1. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have remembered that, except there's that similarity. The similarity that they appear really far away compared to where I think you shoot the enemy down at. Oh, this is a little different. Oh. Yay, we got it. Why is this so weird angled right now? Let's just go throughout the whole thing instead of, whoops. I think I might be a little tired. I am staying up late because I do work the... Oh. I'll stick with the bomb. I will meet this enemy around the corner, though, rather than try to catch up to him. Come on, lock on. You're supposed to lock on. There you go. Okay, now we can get the super shield. It's offering me these extra... You know what? I might grab the super shield and then grab the health power-up, because then I'd end up having 5. Of course, if it disappears, then that's kind of a moot point. If that was what I was going to go for, I should have done it a while ago. And the other thing good to know is that you can still run into the walls. I thought that might be a bit of an issue on hard mode, like they wouldn't let you do that. Well, anyway, the thing that's noteworthy is that I'm not exactly trying to go for a high score, I just want to beat the game. We can worry about high scores maybe another time. Did you you say the fighters too? Okay, so I think this cannon's going to take out that enemy. That's gonna send a missile. Let's go there instead. Boom. Or something. Yeah, this game definitely is a lot more accurate than Star Fox 1. I mean, it's just so much less frustrating to work with. Again, that might be a factor of, you know, just being the, that missile... I shouldn't risk it. Whoa, that's no missile. It's like a satellite. Of its own, anyway. That thing's gonna start shooting at me, I think. If it isn't, then I don't know what kind of enemy it's supposed to be. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling a little tired, because I'd be commenting a little bit more than I would be now. Normally, not be quite so monotone. Oh, it's trying to escape. Or ram me. Got one hit off, I guess. Boom. Man, I guess that charges up a little faster than I thought. Although it should have gone for the closer one. Where'd they go? Ah, really? Well, anyway, if it went for the closer one, it would have more time to escape. Okay, so if I chased it here, I could meet it in the asteroids. Yeah. What the hell? Where are you? I suppose I should take out this missile. Or whatever it is. Oh. Glad I pressed the wrong button. Oh. Yeah, I should probably pay more attention to the screen and not the keep forgetting that that's actually better to look at the screen and just look at where that's telling you the target is, rather than at the indicator on the top right corner. Because otherwise, I mean, it's good for looking at things far away to find out their general location. It's not really good for close range tracking. It's better to just take a look at the screen. Planet cannon. I wonder if that thing can take care of that before... If I can get here... Oh yeah, that's charging up fast enough. I think it's going to take care of that bottom enemy. So I can probably take care of this. And I wasn't even originally planning on... Oh, I'm glad that we're in Macbeth, because we were in that when I unlocked hard mode, and I wasn't really considering... I wasn't considering the fact that... Does this just land on the target game? I guess it is. I want to take out care of the enemies, but other than that, this is just, can you land on the target? Oh, go drown in a river. Too short. Okay, land on this first. Heal up later. Get it while it's turning. Oh, come on, get on the target. So like in Star Fox Zero, I know, so... You know, well, one of the advantages to this is that it targets the enemies automatically, so you don't have to aim for them. In Star Fox Zero, it's more of a feature rather than it just has to be designed that way, because you know, can't aim otherwise. In Zero, I'm pretty sure you could aim another way anyway. I can still heal, right? Because I kind of need to. I mean, it's not super important. There's probably enemies down there that will do the job. But still. Yeah, I'm definitely not that energized. But now I'm getting to the point of redundancy. Oh no, this guy. Oh, dang it. Oh, he's an actual boss. I guess that adds up. Oh, really? Finally. For some reason, I thought he was just kind of a basic enemy. Because he doesn't exactly seem like a outright boss. But he definitely doesn't seem... Uh-oh. It doesn't seem quite easy enough for a regular enemy either. anything around? Nope. I don't see much point in going for the wall enemies outside the ones that are going to be actually... Oh, wait a second. The shields won't lower otherwise. You have to take them out. Okay. That didn't explode. Why didn't it explode? Planet cannon? Yeah, that took some time. 11 minutes is a lot. But I guess that's what planets are about. But we're gonna have to hurry things along. I suppose it would have been better to find a planet that gave us an upgrade. So that we could get through this one sooner. Oh, fiddlesticks. How'd he get down there? Come on. Okay, I don't think it's gonna fire if we're attacking it, but we gotta hurry, just in case. None of this, oh man, it's charging. I was hoping maybe I could blow up the cannon on the outside. Yeah, I did notice in the other mode, the other time, that, uh-oh. Anyway, I noticed that, hold on, I'm concentrating a bit. Oh, there's the enemy. Anyway, I noticed things are affected by the actual world, like, you know, the missile appeared close to Corneria, like it was you're actually fighting it close to Corneria's atmosphere when you're actually fighting it there. There. That should probably finish you, I think. Ah. There we go. Oh, fiddlesticks. Oh, thank goodness. I have a feeling it wasn't going to actually shoot while we were fighting it, but certainly couldn't take that risk. I figured out last time that those things don't take very long to charge. So I don't know, it could have been on the cusp of a lot of damage. And on an expert, it could have blown up the whole planet for all I know. I wouldn't have believed it for just the hard mode, but for this one, it's certainly within that possibility. That should probably do it for this episode. We're definitely in a kind of a safe place right now. Most of the enemies have been neutralized. You know, those planets are charging up attacks. If you think you do well, you are a fool. He's probably... Okay, what's he sending out? Oh, dear. So he takes over other planets in this mode. Did he take over all the planet that we just took back? Good grief. Well, I spoke too soon, much too soon. That looks like a secret level, like you take on the moon of Titania. Okay, so in the next episode, we're gonna defend from all this mess. Obviously, we'll go by the ones that are closest. So this one's... Man, why can't you split up your pilots? Have one gum up here, and then I go over here. Well, whatever. Come to think of it, why am I using Fox? She would be more powerful, wouldn't she? And faster. I mean, in this case, there's no need to be conservative. We should have been going based off of the high attack strategy. Whatever. The next one, we'll use her to take on the missiles, since she's so fast and powerful, and so we don't need to worry about defense when it comes to missiles, and it's better to keep up with them and destroy them quickly. So it's actually pretty sound, I think, maybe to preserve her for this moment. Okay, so see you then. Bye.